Come on, baby. Stop working. Oh, no. No. How y'all doing? My music stopped working. We're going to get this thing working here.
The is done higher. Some MCs should call me sire. To run my kingdom, you must use fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
So we rock up party. It come correct.
Yeah.
So on time and around connect.
Cousin Jay.
Right to vote, and we'll elect. And
We're
other rappers
going
can't
old
stand us or
school
give us
rap.
respect.
Y'all know who it is. It's JL, the anti-guru, bringing you the king of rock with Run DMC, baby. All right, let's turn it down. All right, you know how we do it. We start off with some music, and I don't own the rights to this music. Okay, I say stop playing. Okay. I love it when technology works. But today is Mo Money Monday. Mo Money Monday. And we're going to talk about how to create an attractive character for your business and why you should have one. So let's just jump right into it. You've seen attractive characters all over. A lot of successful businesses have used them. I'm going to give you a couple examples. The first one is Subway. Subway, when they first started out, they was at the bottom. Didn't nobody care about Subway. But then they brought in Jared. Jared, y'all know who Jared was. That was that 400-pound guy who said he ate Subway every day and lost weight. So that was Subway's attractive character because there were overweight people who could identify with him. And so now Subway went from being a fast food restaurant to a weight loss program. And everybody that was overweight was running into Subway to buy Subways. Stop that. Making noises all the time. I love it when technology works. Everybody's running in Subway to get thin. And Subway stuff probably shot through the roof until Jared got caught doing that nasty stuff. But another example of an attractive character is you remember the movie Ocean's 11? Well, they had 11 attractive characters. They had Brad Pitt and all them other folks, Julia Roberts. So everybody's running to go check out Ocean 11 because they got 11 attractive characters in this movie. Another example of an attractive character is, Harrison Ford when he played Han Solo. We know when Harrison Ford did that movie back in the 70s, didn't nobody know who Harrison Ford was, but everybody identified with this character, Han Solo, and he parlayed. That's a word that most people don't use. But, he became famous behind Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Witness, all these, well, maybe that wasn't Witness. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. He created this attractive character that people just identified with through his movies. So we're going to jump into the 4 elements of how to create an attractive character for your business. And it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. You can use this formula or whatever in any kind of business, whether you're online or offline. But the first thing you need to do is you need to create a backstory. And I'm going to give you an example of a backstory. My backstory is that, I've worked in sales. I've done a lot of different jobs. I've failed at a lot of things. But, getting back to how I actually got into this business. Okay, brother, I can't talk to you right now. You're going to have to call me back. But, I was working for GNC. And one day I was in there and I sold $1,800 worth of merchandise, worth of product. And you got paid commission. And you want to guess how much I made? If you want to put a guess in the comments, you can do that. But I'm not going to wait for that. I got paid $35. And I sold $1,800 worth of product. I was like, this some bull. And I was already doing this thing part-time. And another part of that story is I got sick. I got a tooth infection. I almost died. Lost my job. Lost my home. Lost everything. Had to recreate myself. So that's part of my backstory. So you want to create something, a backstory that people can identify with. You know, the next thing is you want to speak in parables, meaning you tell a story. I just got through telling you a story, my GNC story, about how I got started. But you want to tell a story that illustrates a relevant point. The relevant point of that story is that I was excellent at selling, excellent at doing things, but wasn't getting paid for my expertise, you know, which brings me forward. So the next thing you want to do is you want to share whatever character flaws you have. You know, nobody wants to see somebody that's perfect, because there's no perfect people out there. You know, I'm not perfect. I may be invincible. I'm invincible because, you know, I'm a Trekkie, but I'm not perfect. I have character flaws. I snore when I'm asleep. I got OCD, so I drive people crazy with my OCD-ness. If that's a word, OCD-ness. But, you want to share whatever character flaws that you have. You know, make yourself real to people, you know, no matter what kind of business you got. Appreciate the love, brother. And the final thing is you need to harness the power of polarity. You're like, okay, what the heck did he just talk about? What did he say? Power of polarity. And I'm not talking about the North Pole or the South Pole, you know. But let me get back to that character flaws, because another interesting illustration is Superman. And we'll get back to polarity, but here's another one. Superman, great character. Everybody loves Superman. And he was invincible. He was powerful until kryptonite came on the scene. So I wanted to put that in there because I had a note about that. I always like to go with my notes. But get back to harness the power of polarity. What is that? That's where you share your opinions and you stick to your guns about what you believe in, whether, you know, you are anti-police or anti-this or anti-that, or you're for something. You know, if you're pro-life versus pro-choice, you know, and the reason I'm talking about this is because, you know, if you try to be neutral on every issue, nobody's going to be able to resonate with that. You know, there's always going to be people that are going to love you. There are people that are going to hate you. I'll give you another example. When I was a bartender, there were people who thought that I bartended. If God had a bar, I was the bartender in there. And there were other people who said if there was a bar in hell, I was the bartender there. Well, what does that mean? Which one of those are true? Both of them. You know, and the reason it was like that is because I don't mind speaking my mind. I grew up in a family, and my mom and my grandfather, they were gonna tell it or die, and we're not dying. And I don't care how it sounds sometime when it comes out. You know, one of my favorite expressions when somebody says something that I don't agree with, I'm like, I don't give a damn what you think about whatever it is you think. This is what I think, and you can like it or leave it. You know, and what that, like I said, what that does, it creates a love-hate kind of thing. A perfect example of somebody that has used that power of polarity is Howard Stern. And there are people who just love Howard Stern. They love everything he says, everything he does. And there are people that hate that guy. But even, you know, the people that love him, they're running to him. But the people that hate him, they'll watch him just so they can hate on him. Another great example is our current president, President Clown. And I call him President Clown because he got on clown makeup. He's orange. But, Donald Trump don't give a damn what y'all think about what he says or does. And there's plenty of people that love him, and there's plenty of people that hate him, you know. So my point is that you don't want to be neutral. You know, you hard to hate me. Well, that might be true. You might think it's hard to hate me, but there's some people, I'm pretty abrasive. And getting back to that, there, you know, I don't mind speaking my mind. I don't care how it sounds, you know. And there are lots of people that, because when I was a bartender, that's another great story. Some people think that's a great job, but working around drunk people is not fun. And sometimes they want you to entertain them. Well, that's not my job. My job is to pour you a drink. Now I was entertaining sometimes, but I guarantee you that, and I had to tell a group of customers one time, I said, do I have Mattel written across my forehead? I am not a toy. I'm not a plaything for you to pick up and put down and have fun with. My job is to serve you drinks. You want a drink? I'll pour you a drink. If you want a strong drink, I can make that a weak drink, whatever, And because I was that kind of guy, I eventually lost that job because of my mouth. Because I'll tell you another story. There was one night, there were these two big white guys. They were some kind of NASCAR guys, big time customers because this bar was in a hotel that I worked in. And one of the guys, he had a little bit too much to drink. And so, I got a responsibility to cut him off because, there's laws in North Carolina about serving people who are drunk. I can go to jail. They go out and get in the car and drive and run over 14 people. Well, I'm right in the courtroom. Yeah, Your Honor, I did pour that last drink. Well, okay, 14 years. What? But anyway, I cut this guy off. And, he tried to negotiate. He tried to flatter me. He tried everything he could to get me to give him a drink. And then finally, when he saw wasn't nothing going to work, he said, well, I'll just kick your ass. Yeah, that's going to get you a drink. So he threatened me. I took that as a threat because he's a big guy. He's like 200 plus, 6 foot something. He hurt me. He reached across that bar and do some damage. So I'm going to show you a knife. Now, this is my, of course, this is my blade knife, from the movie Blade. But I didn't have this knife, but I had another knife similar to this that I used to cut my fruit with. So after he threatened me, I took the knife and I sat it up on the bar and let him see it. And then I stepped back. And then I reached up and grabbed the knife and I put it back where it's supposed to go. Everybody is trying to call me. Baby, I can't talk to you right now. I'm on my live. She know that. That's my fiance my fans trying to call me. But, so I got rolled up behind that. And the manager was like, well, you threatened him. I said, no, I didn't. I said, in international terms, that's called a deterrent. Because I meant to deter him from putting his hands on me. So that's, like I said, I don't care how it sounds. And so that's my story about polarity. But let's recap. My mama sneaking in here trying to get something, y'all. I'm going to turn the camera on you, mama. And shut the door. She tried to sneak in here. She got in here before. Yeah, that's that gangster stuff. Yeah, I am a gangster because remember, I used to be a criminal. I used to be a hustler, a drug dealer. I used to rob people. I used to do a lot of bad stuff. That's why my life has not been as good as it should. Oh, no, my baby just hit me. Sorry, it was an accident. So she must have butt dialed me. Okay, whatever. But let's recap. Let's go back to these 4 elements of an attractive character. First, you want to create a backstory. Second, make sure you speak in parables, tell stories that people can relate to, that usually you're trying to bring out some type of relevant point with your story. Another person who used to do that, of course, we all know, is Jesus. Jesus spoke in parables when he was trying to illustrate a point. Hey, Keisa, I appreciate you coming on. Oops, yeah, oops. But it's okay. I let everybody know that you butt dialed me. And number 3, make sure you share your character flaws. And then the final thing, number 4, harness the power of polarity. Make sure that you are clear on your opinions and be willing to stick to your guns on what you believe in. Don't backpedal when you get some opposition, because, being neutral never, ever helps you. There's this prolific index where, you have the crazy on both ends, and the prolific is where you're a little bit crazy, nice, a little bit crazy, good, And people like that. And like I said, two great illustrations of that is Howard Stern and Donald Trump. I don't particularly care for Howard Stern, but he's a success. I definitely don't like Donald Trump, but the man became president of the United States. Go figure. So obviously he used those things, and he might not have been smart enough to do it, but somebody told him, hey, you need to say the most outlandish crap you can say, because people are going to love you for one thing and hate you for another, but they're going to be watching you. Because that's the thing. I keep telling folks, when Donald Trump says and does stuff, don't pay him no attention. That's what he's banking on. He's doing that to distract you from whatever. But again, I'm telling you that's how you can become great. That's how you can become influential, because you're going to have that love-hate relationship with your audience. You're going to have people that are going to love you for who you are and what you say, and you're going to have people that hate you for who you are and what you say. But they're going to keep watching you because they want to see you fall. They want to see you fall out, break down, whatever. And again, of course, now all of this training I have been comes from this book, .comsecrets. I've got the links in the description. That's getpaidwithjl.com/free DCS book. And again, for my network marketers out there, this is Network Marketing Secrets. I bought this book. I keep saying that. I bought the book, but I believe in giving. The Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall men give into your bosom. So I created a PDF file. You can download that 100% free. That's getpaidwithjl.com/NM-secrets. So that's pretty much all that I've got for you today. Thoughtful Thursday's coming up. That's when I'll be on again on Thursday at 7 o'clock. So I appreciate everybody who's been on live. If you're catching the replay, please put in #replay. Let me know where you're coming from. If you like what you hear, great. Make a comment. If you don't like it, put that in there too. Because you know what? I don't give a damn sometimes what you think. But I do appreciate the comments. And if there's anything that you're struggling with in your business, if you're struggling with getting customers, if you're struggling with creating capture pages, if you're struggling with any of those automated type things and that technical stuff, I'm the techie guy. I really, I went to school when I was in college. When I first went to college, I was a computer science major. When I went back, I ended up going into, now that's a funny story. I came back and I went into sports management, switched from sports management, and eventually ended up in physical education with a minor in biology because I wanted to be a sports medicine doctor, and never used any of that stuff. So not to say that college is not any good. I really encourage people to go to college, but self-education is the most powerful thing. Make sure you read books. Get these books, guys. Get them. Get the .com secret book. Everything, because I believe this may be the last secret that I'm going to share out of this book, because I've given up quite a few things, and I love to do that because I believe that my success is tied directly to the people that I help and serve. But again, if you don't invest your time, attention, and your money into your business, you will never succeed. You will struggle forever. All right. That's all that I got for you today. We love you. See you on Thursday. Have a good evening. Later.